Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here to talk about Smackdown Live on the 30th of July, 2019. With that, Smackdown, I don't know about tonight's Smackdown. I think it could have been better. I think there was a lot of things that was like, what the heck on tonight's Smackdown? Like, why did this happen and why did that happen? And it's like, I don't even know. There's a lot of stuff that happened tonight that was, I'll say it right now. The Jerry Lawler, Trish Charlotte stuff, I was bored throughout the entire segment. The Roman Reigns thing at the end, like what the hell was that? Ali and Nakamura, why was that needed? But we'll get into all of that. We'll talk about everything that happened on tonight's SmackDown. But let's see who's here with us in the live chat as we kick things off. We've got Joe Decker, Eric Tate, Bailey Blanton. We've got Kristen McNutt, Wrestle Geek Club, George John Cox, Henry McKenna Carvalho. What's going on, everybody? And before we start, I want to talk to you about a great organization that we're teaming up with here in our hometown of Fresno, California, as we are looking to help families in need get their kids ready for school. Now, summer is ending, and it's time to get ready to go back to school. For some families, a new backpack with your favorite cartoon character or a notebook with your favorite sports team on it can really mean a lot, but not all families can afford to get that just because, it's time to start school again. We're helping raise money for kids that need help to get in school. Now, kids can get in school, but we don't want these kids to feel behind on the first day because they don't have the supplies they need, the pencils, the crayons, the notebooks, the pens, the markers, the backpacks. So we are raising money to help those kids in need that need stuff for school. Also, in our goal, we are also raising a portion of this money to help kids that need new shoes. Some kids or some families can't just go out and say, it's time to start school. Let's go buy you $20 shoes. Some families can't afford that, and we're going to take a portion of this money that we raise, these donations, probably like 60% will go to school supplies, and the other 40 will go to kids that need shoes. Because, trust me, as a kid that struggled, I know what it's like when you have to go to school with the same shoes you've had for 6-7 months. They got holes in the bottom of them, or the soles are just wearing, and you feel like embarrassed because of it. So we're asking you guys to help us in our goal to raise money for kids in need that need the money, that need the stuff to get ready for school. We do have a link in the description below where you can go to the GoFundMe that we have started and donate to the kids, to us, to help these kids. I want to say thank you to everybody who does donate in the future, who does think about donating. And even if you can't donate, share out our campaign on Twitter, Facebook, social media, and so forth. So maybe somebody that you know can see this campaign and help out a kid in need. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody who helps in the future as school's starting. Our school here starts in a little less than 2 weeks, and kids need help. Trust me, we know. So SmackDown started off with Shane McMahon, a video of Shane McMahon. And he was talking about how he claimed he's going to ruin some fans' nights because he can't be there at the show tonight. The fans actually cheered. McMahon is not appearing because Kevin Owens' attack on him the last few weeks hurt him. McMahon talked about his life coach and how he's now feeling centered because of it. He promised to defeat Kevin Owens at SummerSlam and make Kevin Owens quit. They then announced a number of things for tonight's show. Daniel Bryan will appear later for his quote-unquote career-changing announcement. Roman Reigns will make a SummerSlam challenge. And then out would come Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens made his way down to the ring, and he mocked Shane McMahon for not appearing here tonight. He noted that McMahon not being here was actually good news. Owens promised to defeat McMahon at SummerSlam. and says that he will not be quitting. He said tonight is going to be great. Because no one's going to have to see Shane's stupid face. Owens pointed out that this is a McMahon show. This is the Kevin Owens show. And out would come Drew McIntyre. McIntyre was making his way down to the ring, told Owens that he talks too much. He revealed that McMahon forgot to announce McIntyre versus Owens for tonight on the show. McIntyre attacked Owens and threw him over the announce table, saying that this match starts now. Looking at the live chat, Kristen McNutt with a super chat donation. I'm sorry you missed the show last night. What do you think of Braun protecting Maria for her pregnancy? We don't know if that's exactly what's going on with Braun and Maria. She just basically told him, show me that you're a man. And I don't know exactly what that means. I was perplexed by that. So we got Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre here. Owens had a brief flurry of offense early on. McIntyre gained control and scored a near fall. He slowed the pace down and worked over Owens' arm. McIntyre was firmly in control until going shoulder first into the post. Owens hit a cannonball for a near fall. They fought on the top turnbuckle, but Owens shoved McIntyre off. He followed it up with the frog splash for a 2 count. Back from the break, Owens hit a senton for a close near fall again. Owens went for a stunner and McIntyre countered into a Glasgow kick. McIntyre went for the Claymore, but Owens countered with a super kick. Owens hit the pop-up powerbomb for a close near fall. Owens climbed to the top, but McIntyre cut him off. McIntyre hit the Celtic Cross off the top for a close near fall. McIntyre then sent Owens to the floor and cleared the announce table. Owens fought back and hit the stunner on the announce table. In the ring, Owens hit a super kick and a stunner for the victory. So this made a lot more sense than we were supposed to get tonight. Originally, it was announced that we were going to get McIntyre teaming with Elias against the New Day. But this makes way more sense. Alexis Savalios, I see your question in the chat. If you don't see the link, you may have just joined the stream before we added the link to the description. So all you have to do is just hit the refresh button, and you should see the link in there. It's the first paragraph in the description right now. So again, like I said, all you got to do is refresh the page, and you should see the link. Thank you for your contribution. So in the back, Kayla Braxton interviewed Dolph Ziggler. She noted several wrestlers were disgusted with Ziggler's actions last week. They showed footage of Ziggler hitting a super kick on Shawn Michaels. Ziggler doesn't care. He says he doesn't care what wrestlers say about him. He said he has 2 words for you. Too bad. He mentioned Mick Foley, Goldberg, and Shawn Michaels. He said he's not afraid of Miz because he's not even the best wrestler in this house. He's more afraid of Maurice, and he promised to defeat Finn Balor later tonight. So Bayley approached Ember Moon backstage in the locker room. She said that they may be partners tonight, but don't forget, she says, I don't forget that you gave me a eclipse last week. She warned Moon not to make that same mistake yet again. Ken terminated by Green. Yes, if you do sign up to be a member, hit that join button down there next to the subscribe button. Your name will be green in the live chat. You will also have a badge next to your name, and you will also be able to use the special emojis that we have set up for our member subscribers. And finally, if you're a member, just like Benjamin A., Deacon Owens, Andre Suicida, Kristen McNutt, and others, your name will scroll through the bottom of the screen during our live streams. So in the back, Aleister Black was once again sitting in his closet. He talked about a man picking a fight with him. He said a true warrior in Cesaro stepped up. Black wondered what's his next step. He's sitting in purgatory with a little less patience this time. Why the hell did they put Black back in his closet? I didn't understand this at all. So then we got Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross taking on SmackDown Live Women's Champion Bayley and Ember Moon. The babyfaces had the early advantage when Bayley hit the drop kick through the ring post to the floor. Cross hit Bayley in the face, but Moon hit a suicide dive. Back from the break, the heels were firmly in control. Cross tapped out Bayley in the ring skirt, or trapped Bayley in the ring skirt. Bliss followed it up with a sliding drop kick. The heels isolated Bayley on their side of the ring. Moon got the hot tag and ran wild on the heels. She hit a follow-away slam on Cross and hit a splash in the corner. Moon then hit the Eclipse on Nikki Cross, but Alexa Bliss sent her into the ring post. Bliss then hit the Twisted Bliss for the victory. Bayley and Ember did end up losing here, and I was a little surprised by that. After the match, Bayley went to check on Ember Moon to see if she was okay, and when Ember got to her feet, Bayley repaid I guess you could say, the move from last week. And Bayley hit her with the Bayley to belly. So in the back, Sarah Shriver interviewed Sami Zayn. He talked about Aleister Black trying to pick a fight. He said Black doesn't need a fight, but needs a beating. Zayn then promised to expose Black and beat him at SummerSlam. And what? I thought it was Aleister Black and Cesaro at SummerSlam. So is it now Aleister Black and Sami Zayn? I was so confused by this segment. Like, Sammy, what are you talking about? Are you getting added to the match and now it's a three-way? I thought it was Cesaro. I thought Cesaro was the one getting the match at SummerSlam against Aleister Black. But now today, they made it sound like it's Sammy, not Cesaro. Is it a three-way? I'm as confused as you guys are. So then we got the King's Court with Jerry the King Lawler and Trish Stratus. And boy, was this boring. And I mean boring as fuck. So Jerry Lawler came out, got a good reception in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. He then introduced his special guest, Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. And as soon as Trish comes out here, it just seems like Trish was stalling for time the entire time. So Trish noted that she came straight from the cottage. And Jerry Lawler was like, oh, we all know. You've been on vacation. We follow your Instagram. He said that must be why you missed Raw Reunion. Lawler noted that a lot of the wrestlers in the back talked about how they wish they can have one more match and asked Trish if she ever wishes that she can have one more match. Fans then broke out in a one more match chant, and Trish stated that it's in her blood. That WWE will always be in her blood. She will always think about it, but she's a mom now. And the whole time they're doing this back and forth between Trish and Jerry Lawler, it's just like they're saying things to stall. Like, when's Charlotte coming out? When's Charlotte coming out? When's Charlotte coming out? And so Charlotte does finally come out. She comes down and she goes, Jerry, how can you have a king's court without a true queen? And so she climbs up on the ring apron and she goes, someone going to hold these ropes for me? Jerry, get the ropes for me. She gets into the ring and she gets in Trish's face. Flair noted that Stratus is just making excuses. Flair then challenged her to a match coming up at SummerSlam. Stratus didn't say anything and Flair mocked her. Flair noted that Stratus knows she can't beat her because Charlotte is the best women's wrestler of any era. Flair told Stratus to get back in her minivan and change her kids' diapers. Trish then pointed out that there wouldn't be a trail to blaze if it wasn't for her. Stratus said that Flair should know that to be the woman, you have to beat the woman, and she agreed to take on Charlotte at SummerSlam. So it's official, just like Ryan Satin reported last week, Flair versus Stratus at SummerSlam. So in the back, the OC met AJ Styles pointed out that all three of them have championships. Styles pointed out that to defeat Kofi Kingston, he will prove that this is the house that he built. We then got Firefly Funhouse, hosted by Ramblin' Rabbit. Finn Balor is Ramblin' Rabbit's favorite wrestler, but he made a mistake messing with the Fiend. He noted Balor doesn't know what the Funhouse is. Rabbit left when Bray Wyatt showed up. Wyatt laughed and said, "Let me in." Luke Might with the $4 Super Chat donation says, "What's your thoughts on Neil Dashwood joining Impact?" I think it's great, actually. I think she will help that women's division that's actually doing good things. So they recapped Brock Lesnar's vicious attack last night on Seth Rollins. They released a statement from Rollins where he says that he requests that WWE does not put out any kind of condition on his medical status. I don't know why they're doing that. We'll see what comes of it. So then we got Dolph Ziggler versus Finn Balor. Balor had the early advantage, but ran into an elbow. Ziggler fought back and scored a near fall. He set up for a super kick and Balor countered with a sling blade. Suddenly, the lights slowly started to go out as we know what's coming, and out came the Fiend. Bray Wyatt would appear briefly. Lights would go back out and then come back on with the Fiend nowhere in sight. With Finn Balor perturbed, perplexed, kind of confused on what was going on, he turned around and boom, ate a super kick for good measure and got pinned by Dolph Ziggler. So then, in a match that we really didn't need, with like less than 25 minutes in the show, non-title match, it was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ali, and I get why they did the match based off of the finish, but it really wasn't needed. Ali hit a dropkick and a dive to the floor right at the onset of this match. Excuse me. He followed it up with a crossbody for a near fall. Ali missed a charge in the corner and went face first into the middle turnbuckle. Nakamura went for the reverse exploder and Ali landed on his feet. Ali climbed to the top, but Nakamura pulled him off. Nakamura then set up the Kinshasa, but Ali countered with a super kick. Ali missed a 450 splash, but Nakamura missed a Kinshasa attempt. Nakamura attempted a Kinshasa a third time, and Ali rolled him up for the victory. So with Ali defeating Nakamura here tonight in a non-title match, I believe that that's just going to lead to a title match possibly at SummerSlam. So then they stated that we were supposed to get this great, I don't even know how to say what they said, but they said that we were going to get Randy Orton telling why he's going to defeat Kofi Kingston and why he should be the one to be the WWE champion and all this. And we just got a very elaborate video package. Orton pointed out that he injured Ali, and that resulted in Kingston eventually getting the opportunities that he has. He said if it wasn't for him, Kofi wouldn't have been in the Elimination Chamber. If it wasn't for him, there would be no Kofi Mania. If it wasn't for him, Kofi would not be WWE champion. Orton called Kingston stupid for challenging him to a match at SummerSlam. I mean, I like the continuity here, because if Orton wouldn't have quote-unquote injured Ali, then Kofi wouldn't have been added into the gauntlet, which would have got him into the Elimination Chamber, which would have got him super over with the fans, which would have got him to Mania and got him the title. So I like the continuity with this. In the back, Caleb Braxton interviewed the New Day, kinda. She introduced them, and then they took over. And it's when you see stuff like this, you almost forget. Man, New Day are great on the mic. All three of them. Woods and Big E took over the interview, as I stated. Kingston pointed out that Woods and Big E are the tag team champions, and he is the WWE champion. He said that defeating AJ Styles tonight is going to be a piece of cake. He said that this is not the house that AJ Styles built, but instead it is the Palace of Positivity, the POP. Then we did get WWE Champion Kofi Kingston taking on United States Champion AJ Styles. Bailey Blanton with the $5 Super Chat donation says, what are your thoughts on Callahan and Blanchard for the number one contender spot? I'm not really in favor of the intergender wrestling stuff. Especially the way they did it at Slammiversary. I was not a fan of that match. So to be honest, I don't really like it. I don't like the way they're doing it in Impact Wrestling. I get it. They're trying to make Tessa seem like the greatest wrestler in that company as far as being better than everybody. But I just don't think they're doing it in the right way. Russell Geek Club says, do you think Alexa and Cross are having too much TV time? Maybe a little bit. So going into this match, Kofi Kingston versus AJ Styles, Kingston had the early advantage. He attempted Trouble in Paradise, but AJ Styles avoided. Kingston sent Styles to the floor, but the OC and the New Day got involved. Styles rocked Kingston with a knee and gained control. Back from the break, which they did wrestling during the break tonight. I liked that. Styles was firmly in control and hit a backbreaker for a 2. He slowed down the pace and applied a chinlock on Kingston. During the match, they cut to a split screen to show Kayla Braxton preparing for an interview with Roman Reigns, who was supposed to make a SummerSlam challenge. Kingston fought back and hit a tornado DDT, followed it up with a boom drop, and set up for a Trouble in Paradise. Styles avoided the move, and Kingston crashed into the corner. Kingston fought back again and hit the SOS for a near fall. Kingston hit a splash on Styles, but Anderson and Gallows pulled him out of the ring. New Day and the OC brawled on the floor. Kingston hit a huge dive on all of them. Kingston attempted a springboard in the ring, and Styles caught him. Then, I loved the finish here. As Styles was on the apron, setting up for the phenomenal forearm, he goes for the move, flies off the ropes, and as he's coming down, Kingston hits him perfectly. Kofi hit this phenomenally, no pun intended, in midair with the Trouble in Paradise, pinning AJ 1, 2, 3. And again, I thought this was an awesome looking finish. AJ comes off that top rope just flying in. Gets hit and kicked right in the face, and boom, there we go. So then with literally 2 minutes left in the show, we see Roman Reigns walking in the back, and Kayla Braxton says, I'm here to interview Roman Reigns. He is said to be making a challenge for SummerSlam, and let's see what he's got. I see that he's approaching. And so Roman's approaching Kayla, and then all of a sudden, we hear a commotion. And scaffolding and boxes and other things fall down on top of Roman. Now, the way this was filmed, it really looks like it all falls on Roman. And it falls in a way where Roman can scoot right out. So EMTs and referees and officials all run over to check on Roman, and he, as I said, scooted out from under the scaffolding that fell. And they're like, Roman, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. What was that? That was weird. And they're like, Roman, we need to check you out. Roman, we need to make sure you're okay. He's like, I'm good. That was weird. And Roman walks away, never goes over to talk to Kayla, and he's just looking confused and perplexed. And that's how Smackdown goes off the air, with Roman walking away confused, not knowing what exactly had just happened. And one would assume it's Samoa Joe. We can't say that 100% for sure, but one would assume that it may be Samoa Joe that did that. And that was SmackDown. Again, like I said, some things were okay and some things were kind of meh. Sami Zayn all of a sudden challenging Aleister Black? Wait. So I take back my criticism from earlier because I was wrong. Black faced Cesaro at Extreme Rules. Correct me in the chat. So Black doesn't have a challenger for SummerSlam. Okay, so this kind of makes sense, but still doesn't at the same time. So I guess it does look like we're getting Sami and Black. The Cesaro match was at Extreme Rules. I digress. I take that back. Thinking about it now. But the King's Court thing, that was garbage. That was bad. All three in that were bad. And then the Roman thing at the end was just so confusing that it was kind of dumb. So, we'll see where it leads to. Roman still doesn't have a match for SummerSlam, and it seems like they set up an 8-man tag for God knows what, next week's Raw or SummerSlam. Remember, next week's shows are the go-home shows for both Raw and SmackDown leading into SummerSlam, and we'll see what happens. With that, we'll take some calls here as we let Skype load up. Take a few calls. But before we do that, in case you guys weren't here at the beginning of this live stream. Oh, wait. WrestleGeek. Yeah, I missed it because it was so insignificant. So, Daniel Bryan was interviewed by Kayla, and she was like, you have a career-defining, career-altering announcement. What is it? And he looks at her, he stares at the ground, and walks away. What the fuck? Is he ever going to say what this is? Because I honestly don't know. I have no clue what this Daniel Bryan announcement could be, other than I've been told whatever this is, it was a Eric Bischoff idea. So, yeah. Razorblade says, what is Nick doing? Nick's working. Nick's got a regular 9 to 5. But as we get Skype to load here, I do want to let you guys know about a project we are working on with our local school system. We are trying to help get kids ready for the new school year, more specifically kids and families that can't afford this on their own. Again, summer is ending, and it's time to go back to school. Some kids, some families can't afford new backpacks, lunch boxes, notebooks, pens, paper, anything that they need to start off the school year right, and we are raising money to help kids in need. No child should start the school year feeling like they're behind already on the first day because their family could not afford the things needed. We appreciate anybody that can help, and with that, we are looking for any donations, $1, $2, $10, or more. Everything that you do, donate to us, will go to a kid in need to start off the school year. We will be buying backpacks, like I said, notebooks, pens, pencils, and also about 60% of this will go to the school supplies. But 40% of this will also go to kids that need shoes to start off the school year. We know that some families can't just go out and buy their kids brand new shoes because, oh, hey, it's August, time to start school. We don't want kids to have to start the school with shoes with holes or with shoes where the soles are wearing out and stuff. And we want to help out families in need this year to get their kids off on the right foot at the beginning of school. I know not all schools are starting right now, but here where we do live in Fresno, California, school does start in 2 weeks, and we do want to help as many families as we can get ready for the new school year. You will be able to find a link in the description of any of our videos going forward to donate. I don't know why I couldn't say that. To donate, and like I said, anything helps. $1, $2, even sharing out the link to the GoFundMe and maybe hoping that someone you share it to can donate is great. So again, we're just looking to help kids start the school year off right by raising some money and helping out kids in need. Again, the link is in the description below, and we have been putting it in the live chat as well. With that, let's take our first call of the night. Oh, caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Caller going once. Twice. Nope. No caller there. If you do want to call in, you can do so at 559-475-8473. Again, the number is 559-475-8473. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, this is hashtag Wrestling E Club.
How's it going?
By the way, and so about the Eric Bischoff thing. So I heard that Vince McMahon, that what you were saying earlier about he kept on rewriting scripts, right? And so so he kept on rewriting it for it to be a better script, which is good and all, but it was crap. It was crap tonight.
So what we heard, it was first reported by Ryan Satin, and we reached out to some people and stuff that we know, and it was confirmed to us that Vince heard what the script was, He was like, I don't like this, and basically told them, rewrite the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So, roughly, I want to say 4 or 5 hours before the show was supposed to go on the air, they were scrambling to literally start from square one, rewrite the entire show. Now, not everything got changed because we still got Dolph and Finn, which was announced, late last week. But a
Which was
lot of
good.
things were changed, as we saw throughout the day. I mean, at first it was supposed to be the New Day versus McIntyre and Elias. Then that got changed to a 6-man tag team match, the New Day versus the OC. And then eventually that ended up being just a singles match. So,
Yeah.
people always ask, like, I'll let you, not to cut you off, but people always ask, why doesn't WWE announce a lot ahead of time as far as for Raw and SmackDown? And it's because of days like this when Vince just changes things 4 or 5 times.
And it just kills me though because AEW going to go on October fall, and it's still PG.
You're saying WWE is still PG?
Yeah.
PG rating,
slowly but surely.
the PG rating has nothing to do with it because you can have great shows at a PG rating and you can have horrible shows at a PG-14 rating or a TV-14 rating. The rating has nothing to do with it. As we saw last night, Raw's a PG show, but they showed blood with Seth bleeding from the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, Tony Khan, president of AEW, himself said, no blood, no guts, no gory, no super hardcore things on TNT.
Right.
So,
But thank you so much, though.
all right, yeah, thanks for the call and have a great night.
Okay, you too.
So, Vince did apparently change a lot of things for the show tonight. Basically told them rewrite the script. And it's like, why? Why so close to the show going on the air? Let's take another call. Calling on the air, what's going on?
Hey, Tim, how you doing, man? This is JD.
What's going on? Doing good yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, bro. Hey, I was listening to the show on another streaming service. Did I miss something tonight? Wasn't Daniel Bryan supposed to do some kind of announcement or something?
Yeah, so he was interviewed by Kayla. He looked at the floor and he walked away. He didn't give the announcement.
Nothing.
Nothing. Again. And apparently this is all an Eric Bischoff idea.
Where do you think this angle is going?
I honestly have no idea. This is probably one of the more confusing things that they're doing right now. And the only thing I can think of is maybe he eventually just snaps and goes full on crazy because he's already been kind of crazy.
That's what he's acting like. It's acting like he's about to have a mental breakdown or something along that lines, and it looks like he's just going to snap.
Right.
It's just funny. I'm just curious as to why they're wasting his talent and, what this so-called announcement is, because now it's got everybody almost like a cliffhanger. Everybody is just sitting on the edge of the seat waiting to hear what the H is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Hey, I just wanted to throw one more thing out you. We're just going to keep it light tonight. It was pretty cool to see Trish Stratus out there and everything, but that segment, like you said, was just boring as fuck. And you can tell that, excuse my language, you can tell that they were stalling and they were waiting and they're waiting. I mean, come on, man, if you're gonna bring a legend back, why do her like that? Why make it look like where she's just kind of sitting and waiting for somebody else to come in and take over the promo, when it's just like, you've done promos and you got Jerry King right next to you.
Exactly.
I mean, you got the King in the ring with you. I mean, if you're going to do a promo, what better person to have than the King? Because the King will bounce off anything. Let me hear your thoughts on that, big dog. JD's got to get back to work, man.
All right, have a great night, and thanks for the call.
Thanks, you too, brother.
It was just weird the way Trish did it, because, at one point, Trish starts talking, and she says, I forget exactly the line she says, but she says, a couple of words, and then it seems like she was expecting the crowd to pop bigger or react in a way to where she stops and she looks at all the crowd and smiles like she thought they were going to react differently. And then she was like, this is in my blood. WWE is in my blood. And then she was like, but I'm a mom now. And like, it was just weird that it felt like she was stalling. And I did not like that at all. I mean, Lawler came off fine. Charlotte came off as Charlotte. Like, Charlotte was no different than we expect Charlotte to be every week. But it was just weird how, I don't know if maybe Trish missed a cue, missed a line, or what, but it just felt like it was weird. Very weird. Sinclair Saturday says, have you seen a video about the women's tag championships on the... No, I have not. As soon as SmackDown ended, I got the stream ready and we went live, so I have not checked anything at all since SmackDown did end, but it's going to be interesting to see where we go. Let's take one final caller, though. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim.
How's it going?
I got a couple questions.
Shoot.
How long is Finn Balor going to take time off, do you think? Is he going to take time off?
I heard a month.
Is it just for him to recover, kind of?
I'm not exactly sure because I know you're asking about him recovering, but him getting sick was after he got the time off approved. And this could, I don't know if this is related or not, but I did hear it could be that he's getting married. I know he's engaged, and I don't know if right now he's about to get married, but that's one thing that is being talked about, that the time off could be because he's getting married.
Yeah, I think it was Samoa Joe that did that to Roman, because if that makes sense with the Joe and Roman for SummerSlam.
Right.
At the end there on SmackDown.
I mean, it's the only thing that would make sense.
Yeah, Joe, and one more thing, could you see Sami Zayn in black at SummerSlam?
I guess that's what they randomly announced tonight. Sammy said that he's going to give Aleister Black a beating.
All right, and I got one more question for the SmackDown in October.
Uh-huh.
Is it gonna be like on the Fox, like on the cable, like the Fox Detroit thing, or like would it be on like the normal Fox 2 for like the normal, like the Fox 17, like for normal TV, or would it be on cable?
It will be on the Fox that you can get with your antenna. So you know how you get like NBC, Fox, ABC, CBS. Those are
like the normal local channels.
Yeah, the local channels with news and stuff. That is what your Fox will be for SmackDown starting October 4th. SmackDown will Go for it.
And then would it be under the regular, like the normal cable too? Would it be for like both?
Yeah, whatever your local Fox station is, where you watch, all the Fox shows and Fox News, that's where you will get SmackDown starting October 4th. SmackDown will start at 8 p.m. It'll be over by 10, and then it'll go directly into your local Fox News.
Now, would it be actual live on Friday night, or would they go back to how it was before?
No.
Okay, so
it will be live. Tapings will be moved to Friday. The only time that it may not be on Fox is if the World Series is on a Friday night. Then they may move it to FS1 for that 1 week.
All right, well, thanks for taking my call, Tim.
Not a problem. Thanks for the call, and have a great night.
Bye.
All right, just looking at the live chat before we do wrap things up here. Person here says, what are your thoughts? Oh, they're asking Woken King for his thoughts. Woken King Slender, what did you think of SmackDown? Bailey Blanton with a $2 super chat donation. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on them still not using Buddy Murphy? I don't think it's the right move. I think Buddy Murphy could be right in there with Nakamura and Ali. I think Buddy Murphy could be right in there in that Intercontinental title picture. Buddy Murphy's really, really talented. I mean, he held 205 Live on his back for a long time. He was a great Cruiserweight champion. And I feel like now they're just squandering him. He's not doing anything. I mean, we don't even see him used at the house shows regularly, maybe once a month, if that. I see his name come up on the results sheet from the house shows. So, I don't know. Sinclair Saturdays says, do you think it's going to be Ray and Andrade at SummerSlam? Actually, I've got a video coming out about what I think those two could be doing at SummerSlam. It should be out either tonight or first thing in the morning. And I got a good assumption of what I think those two could do. But with that, I want to say thank you to everybody who did join us here tonight to talk SmackDown Live. Tonight, SmackDown Live was a okay show, but I want to say thank you to everyone who did join us here live and everyone that did watch later right here on YouTube, and also everybody that listened on platforms across the world, podcast services like Stitcher, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, and iTunes. We will be back live, me and Nick, tomorrow for the PW Unlimited Wednesday show. Now, I'll be here live for the Wednesday show. Nick will be here as long as he doesn't get called into work to do a double shift again like he did last week. Thank you guys for joining me here to talk SmackDown. Thank you for everybody that has donated. We do have to shout out Bailey Blanton, who did donate to our Children's New School Fund. Help kids get ready for the new school year. Thank you, Bailey Blanton, for your donation there. And again, if you guys want to donate to our cause as far as helping kids get the school supplies and shoes and other things that they need to go back to school this year, the link is in the description below. Thank you guys, and have a great night.